Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you saw last week's vlog, you may have heard me say at the end of it that we were going to be going to Beijing this week. We were supposed to leave on Monday, but that didn't happen because Steven got sick on Sunday, and then he was sick all week, and then I didn't vlog at all this week because Steven was sick, so it was like a little bit of a weird schedule, lots of just kind of downtime. And also because I was hoping that we were going to be able to reschedule our trip to Beijing, and I just thought, well, if we're able to go a day or two late, then I'll just miss a couple days of the vlog and start when we leave for Beijing, and then that didn't happen, and then another day passed, and then another day passed, and now here we are. It's Saturday. It's been a full week since I last recorded anything for my channel. I just wanted to hop on and make a quick little video just to have something to post this week. So I think I'm just gonna talk a little bit about how my first 6 weeks have gone, and what it's been like for me living in Shanghai and being an au pair. So the first week that I was here, actually maybe the first 2 weeks, I was pretty homesick, just because I came like a week and a half before Christmas, and it was really hard being away for Christmas, and also my birthday, since my birthday is the day before Christmas. Also, I definitely think that there was sort of an adjustment period when I got here. I feel like when I went to Cuba 2 years ago and studied abroad there, I didn't really experience a lot of culture shock. I think the only part of being in Cuba that made me feel uncomfortable was the catcalls, and that was also something that didn't really bother me at the beginning, but it was something that sort of slowly started to irritate me more and more. And when I got here, I think staying with the host family, as well as not speaking Chinese, and also just being in a country that is quite different from home, I definitely do think that I kind of experienced more culture shock than when I went to Cuba. So definitely I think the first few weeks, but kind of more the first month, was definitely challenging for me for some of those reasons. Another reason that being an au pair is sort of I don't know, difficult, I guess, is because I have to be flexible. Sometimes I'm sort of just waiting for things to happen where I kind of have free time, but I don't really have the free time to be able to go out. So sometimes, say, Steven has maybe some Chinese homework, and I just kind of have to wait for him to get to his English homework, and I don't know how long his Chinese homework is going to take. And I think this is a little bit dependent on Steven's age, because he is 10 and he does have math and Chinese homework most nights, whereas some of the other au pairs that the kids are maybe 5 to 6, they don't really have as much homework. They have more playtime, and Steven and I mostly work on his homework and try to have conversations together and read together, so we're not as much just playing together. I like staying with a host family because I like the cultural immersion part of it. That's the whole reason that I chose this program as opposed to one where I was just teaching English and I had my own apartment, because I did want to get some more cultural immersion. I think when I was in Cuba, we did stay in a residencia, and there were Cuban people that worked in the residence, and a Cuban woman that owned the residence and sort of ran it, but we didn't really, or at least I didn't really, spend a lot of time with them. The girl that cleaned our apartment would come up and we would talk to her while she was cleaning, but we didn't really get as much of the, like, what it's like to live with a Cuban family. That was definitely something that I wanted to do when I came here, was to stay with a host family, because I didn't have that experience when I went to Cuba. As far as my program goes, I definitely think that my au pair agency that I came here through seems to be a smaller agency and also a newer agency. I know there are several different agencies that have au pairs here in Shanghai. At the place that we have our Mandarin lessons, there are a bunch of different people that come to the Mandarin house for lessons, and they're not all au pairs, but some of them are, and they're just on different programs with different agencies. Impression I get is that our agency is much smaller than a lot of the other ones. And I think there's pros and cons to that. I definitely think that a bigger agency might be more experienced than ours in terms of matching families and visa renewals, but also there are less of us in our agency, so I am able to meet everybody, and also my agency puts together monthly cultural activities. So in December we did a scavenger hunt, and then for January we did Tai Chi. I have also really enjoyed getting to know the other au pairs on my agency. They're all from different places. Only one other girl is from America like me. So it is really fun to get to know people from all over, and also I'm getting to know people at the Mandarin house where we have our Chinese class. Like we just met a girl from Italy, and she said that her Spanish is better than her English, so we spoke a little bit of Spanish together. And yeah, so I've been making friends, and that's been really good. I also think being an au pair can kind of be a little bit lonely when I'm only hanging out with just Steven and my host family. So it is good to be able to have the Mandarin class just to be able to meet some of the other au pairs. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there. That's kind of, I guess, how things have been going for my first 6 weeks. I'm really bummed that we didn't get to go to Beijing this week, but I'm hoping that whether it's with my host family or just by myself or just with one of the other au pairs, I'm really hoping that I am going to be able to go to Beijing at some point before I leave China. Make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will definitely have a vlog for you next week, and I will see you all in the next